Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alright. I want to start off by saying I'm like extremely surprised by how long this round took. Like, for a gold and platinum, I'm really surprised at how the round was paced from both of you guys. I want to highlight a couple of good things that I saw you do. It seems like you know the ranges of Ken's buttons relatively well. I'm not saying like you know it 100%. I'm saying that you are pressing the buttons pretty close to where they're gonna connect, and I like that because there's a lot of players that will just whiff buttons at the rank that you're at, and you don't seem to be having a problem of like just mashing buttons in neutral. It seems like your problem right now is, first of all, you don't know how to play the matchup. Like, that's a guarantee. You don't know how to play this matchup. You weren't playing it right. Also, on top of that, there's a lot of things that I'm going to be able to tell you that I think you're going to like pressure-wise and when to get in. Your approach, first and foremost, your approach is really solid. I love the way that you're just doing this walk back, walk forward, and then walk up medium kick. This right here, if you replaced my name or Momochi's name on it, you would believe that it's me or him. Just from this early start round. Just this first 2 seconds right here. You see how safe of an approach that is?
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I like that medium kick that you press is because specifically in this matchup, once you start getting in this range, right here, right before that actually, sorry, right before that, take a step back, and then you're walking up. So like once you start getting in this range right here, this is what range for Bison, down forward fierce, right?
Right.
And they fucking love that button, right? So
yeah, and you can whiff punish it, right?
You can whiff punish it, but what I like doing more with Ken is I like counter poking it with stand medium kick or standing strong into heavy tatsu. You know what I mean by counter poking, right?
Yeah.
So pressing the button as he presses his button, but since your button is 8 frames, his button is like, what, 11 frames or something, Bison's down forward fierce, or 10 frames? You're going to connect with your standing medium kick faster than he's going to connect with his down forward fierce. Understand?
I see.
Okay. So when that happens, you could confirm it into the roundhouse, obviously depending on the range, but you could confirm it into roundhouse, into V-skill, and then bam, you're in his face again. Okay? So I like using that medium kick. I like how you approached with that medium kick. It was a very solid start to the round. However, things start going downhill for you right afterwards. And I say that because as soon as this happened, where it's -2, you should have been like, all right, it's no longer what? Your turn. Right? Oh, shit.
Right.
I accidentally pressed the wrong thing. Right. It's no longer your turn. You're -2. The problem here is this. You see that?
Gotcha.
You pressed crouching strong. So crouching strong for Ken is how many frames? 6 frames.
Yeah.
And add the -2 on top of that, your crouching strong becomes how many frames?
8 frames.
Exactly. Now Bison's stand medium kick I think is 6 frames or 5 frames. He's going to be able to hit you before you hit him. And that's why he gets the counter hit, because what he did was a counter poke. I'm going to be using a couple of like terminologies, and I'm going to always say like, do you understand? You know what I'm saying? It's only because I just want to make sure I'm as transparent as possible and that you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Okay.
Okay. So this right here was an unnecessary risk that you took. I'm going to use that word a lot. Unnecessary risk. There was no need for you to press that crouching strong. Now you don't have the life lead anymore, right? So that's maybe that's a lack of knowledge on your end for it being -2 and then going forward with the crouching strong, or it could be just you being dumb and pressing a button that you shouldn't have pressed at a time that was not appropriate for you to press. Understand?
Yeah, it's really just a thoughtless going for it type thing.
Okay. Give me 1 second. My sister just texted me. Okay. Okay. So that's one problem. That's one mistake that you did, right? An unnecessary risk that you took. Not necessarily an unnecessary risk, but a stupid thing that you did. Now, this wasn't even like a risk that you took. This was more so a risk of you doing the forward medium kick. But that's a good risk. I like that risk that you took. But this right here was just a stupid thing for you to do. Get counter hit too, so it does even more damage. And then following up after you just get hit, this is something that I didn't like to see either. You jumped right afterward as well. So you just got hit, and then you just jump right afterwards. But Bison's at frame advantage here, and that's why he pressed the medium kick again. And look at his inputs, bro. He was just mashing that shit, wasn't he? Like, he just pressed it 4 times in a row. So in a matter of 1 second, you made 2 stupid mistakes that led you to lose 10% of life. I would say about like 8 to 10%, right? Bam. So then after that moment, you kind of like chill for a split second, and then you do a fireball. Now, this fireball was like, you're right outside of the range where you should be throwing fireball in this matchup. Okay? Because at this is the range that you should throw a fireball. Right here, where you guys are. You know why I say that? Because... Go ahead.
Because he won't have time to react?
Because he won't have time to react with what?
A crush counter?
Not the right answer.
Forward fierce?
Nope. Come on, you're close. You're halfway there.
Counter poke?
Nope. What would he counter poke with here, right here?
Scissors?
I mean, maybe, but specifically you said he won't have time to react. And I want you to see something. He won't have time to react to what? The fireball, right?
Yeah.
If Bison can react to the fireball, what can Bison do to stop a fireball?
I could counter it, or
Come on. V-skill.
Oh yeah, V-skill.
V-skill, right? But you can't throw fireballs against Bison. Why? Because he has V-skill, and that shit is broken. It's not fair that you can't throw fireballs, but that's just the matchup. But in this range right here, you are now in the range of what? Down forward fierce, right? So when you're in this range, it's a little risky for you to throw fireballs, but you have to sometimes throw a fireball in this range. Because if you throw a fireball at this range, he might be less willing to press a button if you threw your fireball before he pressed the button. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's say you throw a fireball right here, a split second before he decides to do down forward fierce. And because of that, you counter hit him with the fireball. Now, when you're back in that range, he's probably going to be thinking about, oh shit, he's going to try to fireball. I'm going to V-skill it. And then you dash up grab. You see what I'm saying? So you use the fact that he has a V-skill that counters fireballs in your favor. Somehow you use it in your favor by just placing the fireball in a better position, in a better spacing. But because you took this tiny step back, now he had enough time to react to that fireball. And to be honest, like, I don't want to like blame you, because that was just a tiny step back. But keep in mind of the range that I was talking about, okay?
Okay.
That's like a sweet spot range, because if he does do a crush counter down forward fierce, you're gonna get crush countered if you react late and try to fireball late. So that's a dangerous area. That's a dangerous fire you're playing with, because even if he thinks that you're gonna fireball and he's gonna do a crush counter, what if you don't fireball and you take a step back and he does his down forward fierce and then you whiff punish him? You see? So there's a lot of mind games that happen at this range right here, and this is where the matchup is being played This is where it's the most like crucial part of the matchup is this spacing right here. Because is he going to down forward fierce, but are you going to fireball? Are you not going to fireball, and are you going to dash? But what about a jump? What if he jumps? What if he V-skills? What if he doesn't do down forward fierce? What if he does medium kick? This is the range where the matchup is played, and this is the range where you have to be hyper aware of everything that's happening and all the things that he's doing. When you're in this range, you have to pay attention to the Bison player and think, okay, when I'm in this range, what does he like to do? Okay, it seems like he likes to do down forward fierce. So let me get back in this range, and rather than me throw a fireball this time, let me try to counter poke him with stand medium punch. Or let me try to whiff punish him. It seems like this Bison player is not really pressing down forward fierce at this range. Let me throw a fireball or two to bait him to want to press down forward fierce, and then I could whiff punish him. You see what I'm saying? The layers, the layers will start happening in this range. Yeah, you just accidentally got hit right there. You know, you just held back for a split second. But remember, he doesn't have an overhead, right? So there's no need for you to take a risk of like trying to. Oh, I don't want to say you took a risk by trying to walk back. You just got clipped right here. Okay, you just got clipped when you were trying to hold back. But again, this is another problem. As soon as you get hit, what happens? You see that?
Yeah, going for it.
Going for it. There's no problem with going for it. Just like you're doing the right thing. I'm telling you, you're doing the right. Like I can see it. You're just at an earlier level. I can see it. This is how you're supposed to play Ken, where you're kind of waiting for the opponent to mess up or waiting for, and then you take your advance, and then you gotta chill. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. Chill. And then okay, slow step. What's he doing? And then you dash up. You get what I'm saying? You're playing the right way. You're just not executing it perfectly. Your execution of the theory needs to be a little bit better. Like the theory is on point here. I can see what you're thinking. I just want you to apply it a little better. And when I say that, I mean apply it a little safer. Don't be so stupid. You took 15 to 20% life now from trying to just take an unnecessary risk or doing something stupid, right? Like, he hasn't done anything scary yet, has he? He has no bar. He has no V-trigger. It's the early round. It's 9 seconds into the round, and you've taken a lot of, like, stupid hits. Rather than, like, these early rounds are supposed to be the early seconds of the round are supposed to be the time where you are paying attention to his habits. That way, after a few more seconds, then you can dash up, then you can counter poke, then you can jump. Don't be so antsy to take risks so early on here, because you need all the life that you can get, bro. You need all the life that you can get, because once Bison activates V-trigger, you're fucked, right?
Yeah.
So this is just you taking unnecessary risks and being stupid. Again, look, you get hit, you do something. You get hit again, you do something. And you got counter hit too, and you do something. You just got lucky that it traded.
Yeah,
but like that, but that's just not in your favor, because you just took more damage, right? So now you've taken about 25% life, 25 to 30% life, almost 30%. And then bam. Hit, do something, you get hit, do something, you get hit, do something. So I really want you to write that down. I used to have that bad habit as well, bro, where as soon as I got hit, I would do something. So whenever you get hit, I want you to remember to block. Okay? So write that down if you have a pen and paper or something. Whenever you get hit, block.
Okay.
Stop trying to jump. Stop trying to take a dash. Stop throwing fireballs. Just block for the time being. As soon as you get hit, block and wait for the opportune moment to strike, okay? Because then look, that just makes this walk-up game even more difficult. You know why it makes it more difficult? Because look at how he's playing. He's playing really defensive right now. Like, he has not really done any down forward fierces. He hasn't dashed at you once. He hasn't done anything to show that he's on the offensive, right? He hasn't jumped at you. Nothing, right? Hello?
Yeah, he's just sitting back,
So he's just
poking me, right?
exactly sitting back, counter poking, and the most important thing is he's just sitting back waiting for you to kill yourself. Look, he's just walking back. He takes a tiny step forward and then walks back. He still has control of the neutral here. Look, he pressed that medium kick because he expects you to dash, or he expects you to do something. And that medium kick is relatively safe, bro. You're not whiff punishing that medium kick, are you? No.
Right.
See that stand medium punch that you pressed? I like the range of it. Like, you were close enough, but just make sure that if you are going to press it, it's either going to connect, you know? It's either going to connect or he's going to block it. Or if we ever do a lesson again and you do another stand medium punch against the Bison, it better be either, oh, I thought it was going to counter poke him, you know? I thought it would counter poke his down forward fierce. If your stand medium punch whiffs, it's, if I'm doing a stand medium punch that's whiffing in front of the Bison's face, 9 times out of 10 it's because I was expecting him to do down forward fierce and I wanted to counter poke him. Damn, you actually got whiff punished there. So yeah, there's another example of you whiffing a button. Not another example of you whiffing a button, but an example of you whiffing a button and then you getting whiff punished. That's just him playing defensive. Him waiting for you to fuck up. And now you've taken 45% life in the first 13 seconds. This is just already not in your favor now. You know, the matchup is already not in your favor. Bison beats Ken. And you've already... And he hasn't done anything, by the way, that makes this like he's not even playing the matchup right either. But he's playing smarter than you. You understand?
Yeah.
See, it's like you've been both playing this game where it's like, oh, walk back forward, and then who's gonna attack first? Walk back forward, walk back forward. Walk back forward, walk back forward, and then you always come to him, and he's always going to check you. You see? He has no fear. Now he's starting to get cocky. Bad spacing on that jump in. See, and then the double crouching jab right here. Double crouching jab into crouching strong. You know, crouching jab is +2. Crouching strong is 6 frames. I think you actually could have hit Bison out of this crouching jab if you timed your crouching strong better. Let me double check that real quick. If you had done a just frame. Yeah, see? You see how that crouching strong wasn't just frame on your end? You see that delay right here? Pause, 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 and then you do crouching strong. If you had done your crouching strong just a frame or two earlier, you would have gotten him trying to press crouching jab. Or if you had kept it like frame tight, either you would have counter hit him or you would have blocked your crouching strong. Okay.
Looks like he was mashing.
Huh?
Like, right?
What's up?
Looks like he was mashing
the crouching jab. Yeah, double time. Yeah. Okay. Nice roundhouse. Nice range on the roundhouse, but you ended your turn. -4 on that. Good thing you didn't press a button. That's what I was waiting for, to see if you pressed the button. So that's good that you didn't do that. Now you take a step back. Then he follows up with a scissor kick. Bam. Now check this out. I want you to remember this. Okay. 78 seconds left. Who has the life lead?
Yeah, he does.
He has the life lead, right? You have 50% life right now. He has about 90. He took a risk right here by doing light scissor, right?
That's -4, right?
It's -4 up close. But at this range, he spaced it well enough to where he's -3, and you're not going to punish that. There's no way you're going to punish it. That's a good spaced light scissor. That's a great spaced light scissor. So you're not going to be able to punish that. It pushes you closer to the corner, makes you a little bit more uncomfortable, but I'm highlighting something here. He took the risk of doing light scissor. What could you have done to blow up that light scissor?
Oh, I could have counter poked.
No.
No?
A little too risky for you to counter poke a scissor kick.
Could have neutral jumped.
Neutral jump. If by chance you were to neutral jump right here, if you neutral jumped right here, that would have been a jump, fierce, crouch strong, back strong, fierce into heavy tatsu. And then, most likely, when you knock your opponent down like that, and he had that much life, you're going to be right next to him, right? After the heavy tatsu, you dash up, you're right next to him. Your opponent's going to most likely do what? Press a button on wake up, or try to take the throw on wake up.
Yeah, or backdash.
Either that or backdash, right? But let's say you're playing against me in tournament, okay? And you do jump fierce, crouch strong, back strong, fierce, heavy tatsu, okay? And I have 90% life, but then you just hit me with that combo. Me,
You're gonna take the throw.
I'm going to take the throw, right? I'm not going to want to press a button, because what if you were to meaty me and then I get hit again? Now I'm like one hit away from getting stunned, right? So if you had neutral jumped right here, and you punished him accordingly, optimally, crouch strong, back strong, jump fierce, crouch strong, back strong, fierce into heavy tatsu, and then you threw him afterwards. Let's not even say a forward throw. Let's just say a back throw, okay? Life bar would have been in your favor, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all it takes is that one risk that your opponent is willing to take for you to get the life lead again.
And Oki.
And Oki afterwards, because you didn't have to throw him. You could apply more pressure if you wanted to. That's just for the life lead. Right?
Right.
So, just food for thought here. I'm not saying you should have done neutral jump. What I am saying is, keep in mind that even if your opponent has the life lead, they're going to crack.
Yeah, so he didn't need to take that risk.
So he didn't need to take that risk, right? He was literally beating you with what? Stand medium kick,
yeah.
stand medium kick, and anti-airs. That's it. But he took the risk. This could have completely changed the tide. And then, I don't like that jab that you pressed, because that's lack of knowledge right there on your end. That jab is not going to link.
Right.
And his medium kick is going to hit you. You see?
Yep.
So, rather than doing a jab, I would probably try to jump in that situation. That spacing, if he spaces light scissor like that, look. It's like that perfect sweet spot for you to jump in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll be a little harder for him to deal with that jump in. He has to be a little more ready for that jump in. Or you could kind of sneak in a dash real quickly and then get in his face. You just pressed the wrong button at that time. And then bam, the whiff. But when did the whiff come? The whiff came after what?
Right there. After the jab.
After you got hit.
Oh.
So you're seeing a reoccurring pattern here, right? About your bad habits.
Yep.
So risky. This is a punish with stand medium kick, by the way. You see how he's minus 10?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stand medium kick roundhouse into V skill, or stand medium kick roundhouse into DP, or stand medium kick roundhouse into EX Tatsu. So you could have had some punishes right there, okay? You take a step forward, you try to go for that. That's an ugly looking fierce, isn't it? I mean, that's an ugly looking punch. Why does he twist his hand like that? The hell? Never even noticed that. Okay. So back off, back to neutral. Back to neutral. Back to neutral. Neutral. Ah. That's risky right there. Like you don't really want to do jump EX Tatsu against Bison either.
Yeah, that's probably a bad choice.
Because he doesn't like he's gonna block it. Well, not only that, but like yeah, I don't know. I just hate jump EX Tatsu for Ken. Like whenever I use jump EX Tatsu, I'm like, why the fuck did I use that fucking button? I mean, why did I use that move? You know, like you just never are happy with using jump EX Tatsu with Ken because it wastes a bar. You know. And you could use that bar as an EXDP if he's pressuring you.
That's minus and everything.
And it's minus. Well, it was 0 right here. But it doesn't matter. You know why? Because Bison has a 3 frame and you don't. Although he doesn't press anything, a good Bison player, once he sees that, he's going to press stand short, and you're going to hold pressure afterwards. And see, look, like you do jump EX Tatsu, and then you gotta walk back. You don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's the shitty. It's literally the worst EX move in the game. Nobody can name a worse EX move than Ken's jump EX Tatsu. Try one. Nothing will be worse than jump EX Tatsu. It always whiffs. 9 times out of 10, it'll whiff. 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, if the opponent presses a button, Ken's gonna get hit out. You know, it's just not a good not a good move. So I'm more of in favor in this matchup to keep EX Tatsu, EX bar for EXDP, because it's really hard for Ken to deal with Bison's pressure. On top of Bison's neutral, it's hard for Ken to deal with Bison's pressure because Ken doesn't have a 3-frame. So you want to keep an EXDP bar just in case to bust out. You understand?
Yeah.
You got lucky with that back strong right there. Just perfect spacing and timing. The stars were aligned with that one. Okay, and then you follow up with the crush counter. No follow-up, though. Yeah. That was the first crush counter that we saw.
So was that a good kick?
I mean, it was a good kick because it worked. But I don't think, and be honest with me here, I don't think you pressed that kick because you expected him to press his medium kick right there.
Yeah, I was just going for
you were.
basically.
Thank you for being honest, because that's what it felt like to me. Because look at the range. Okay, if you're gonna press roundhouse at this range, where it's completely whiff punishable, it better be for like, oh, I'm trying to catch him with down forward fierce. Or I thought he was gonna do down forward fierce, or I thought he was gonna press medium kick. Okay, this just worked out in your favor. Okay. But what I'm saying afterwards is I didn't like how there wasn't a follow-up. If you're going to press that button, be ready for the follow-up V-skill.
Right.
And because, look, if you had done V-skill, what could you have done afterwards?
Heavy DP.
No. Oh, I mean, yes. Well, actually, I don't know if that would have reached. Maybe it would have reached. But I'm being more specific here. When I say V-skill, I mean V-skill step kick.
Right.
You could have done activate V-trigger.
Right.
And then heavy Tatsu, right?
Into the corner, yeah.
Into the corner. Exactly. You were just a little late on that V-skill. You kind of realized it a little too late.
Yeah.
No anti-air right there.
Yeah, I tried that anti-air.
You did. Let me see.
Started to, maybe.
No, you definitely just did down back. Look. Maybe as soon as you did this right here, you were in the middle of trying to do a DP or something. But look how late that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bison has a floaty jump too, so anti-airing Bison is actually like really easy for Ken. But, you know, he's been playing relatively defensive, so I guess maybe you didn't expect it, and I don't really know how good your anti-airs are, and I would have to see more replays of you before I could even assess that. But just another error right there. You did not anti-air, okay? And there's no excuse. In tournament, there's no excuse. And then remember, what did I say? Even he has the life lead, he took the risk again.
Yeah.
You guys were in neutral right here. Guys were in, why would he jump right here? Why? Why would he jump right here?
Yeah, that's true.
Makes no sense. Right? Makes no sense. And then ends up comboing you afterwards too. What's that?
-4.
-4. That range you could have done stand short into heavy DP. And if you had done stand short heavy DP, you could have followed up with V skill into more pressure into activate V trigger in a better way. I don't like how you walk back here either. Like, why would you walk back? You're right in his face.
I was trying to shimmy.
Oh, to bait what, like a throw?
Yeah.
Because you thought that What are your options there? Like, you could have done back throw, right?
Yeah, okay, then back throw, also
Yeah.
plus, obviously.
Right. But you did
So
the
I was
shimmy
kinda,
because you thought that he wouldn't want to get thrown into the corner?
yeah.
Okay. I respect that. I've seen you do crouch strong into stand jab a lot. That's not really a good, like, Ken, like pressured, you know? Like, crouch strong, stand jab into roundhouse. Then what? Well, why would he press a button after you do stand jab?
Yeah.
You don't have life lead right now. So, in this situation, it would have been better for you after you jumped to do what?
Throw?
Throw. Exactly. Why would you say throw?
Because he's being defensive, because he's got life lead.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Or what's another way too? You could probably just apply more pressure with doing a neutral jump fierce. You know,
Right.
like, oh, your jump and medium kick didn't work. Fuck it. Let me see if he tries to tech the throw, and then you neutral jump fierce. And if the neutral jump fierce is blocked, that tells you, okay, this guy's just blocking.
Right.
Then that validates the theory of wanting to throw him more. Okay. Bad spacing on that. Good, perfect fireball. But then the dash into stand fierce, a little too far out of the range. Close, but I'd give that a bad grade on an exam. Like, I'd give that a C minus. Like, still passing, because the fierce was relatively close, but it's still a C minus. You know, nobody should be happy with that. Because bam, look at that, you actually got punished. So I'm gonna give that an F. I'm gonna give that an F because you got whiff punished for it. And see, this is so dangerous because at any moment he could do what? Just bust out with EX scissor kick. And you're not going to be ready for that shit. Oh. Lucky ass jump. But
He was being too aggressive, right?
yeah, he was being too aggressive. It was a lucky ass jump, bro. This usually never happens. That never happens. So it was just perfectly spaced. And want to highlight, way to be optimal. Good job. That was optimal. Bam. Wrong. Why?
Should've gone for it.
Huh?
Go for the throw there, or
Not because of that. I'm saying, why was it wrong for you to do crouching strong right there?
I was already +1.
Mm-hmm. If he did stand short, which he has every reason to do, stand short, into EX scissor kick, you would have died.
Yeah, because I'm at 5 right there, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then you try to apply more pressure because you're desperate right here.
Right.
Again. See, if you're gonna do this specific sequence where it's crouch strong stand jab, I like the dash afterwards because it sets up the dash really well. It leaves him close enough to dash, right? And then you better do a back throw afterwards. Oh, you tried. You tried. All right, good. I didn't even see your inputs, but good. See, I like that. You're thinking correctly. I like that. But see, what I would have done right here is, if I'm gonna do that forward jump, you know, I'm not gonna pin you too bad for doing crouch strong stand jab dash back throw because it's a little gimmick. I'm just saying, explore your options after that jump medium kick. You could have done another neutral jump fierce. You could have done crouch strong, walk up crouch strong, you know, and then shimmy. You get what I'm saying? There's a little bit, there's open up your offense a little bit. Like, Ken doesn't have strong offense as it is. No matter what people tell you, his offense is not that strong. It's only when he has you in the corner, but fucking every character in the corner is a bastard to deal with, so I don't want to hear that bullshit. His frame traps aren't that good. So You have to make the best. You have to make the most. And you've already tried crouch strong stand jab. Oh, actually, let me highlight something. Last time you did crouch strong stand jab, you did roundhouse. And then this time you did crouch strong stand jab, you did dash forward. I want to ask you a question, be honest. Did you do dash forward here because you figured last time I did crouch strong stand jab roundhouse, this time he'll be waiting for the roundhouse, but I'm going to dash forward and back throw him?
Yeah, I try to mix that up a little bit.
Okay, good. Well, I like the fact that you were thinking like that. That's a good way to think about it. That's a good way to mix up your offense. But start applying like more, different stuff, different layers as well. I'm gonna obviously watch the next round as well, but I can kind of tell you really like doing crouch strong stand jab.
Right, it's kind of like autopilot.
Yeah, autopilot. And I want you to stop the autopilot as much. What was that?
Oh, the sweep?
Yeah, he could have done EX scissor.
Right. Yeah, I was expecting for him to still be on the ground there at that point.
Oh my god, look at that. Rather than doing EX, he does the worst possible thing he could possibly do. Because this is what? Perfect range for you to do what?
With punish.
With medium kick roundhouse into EX Tatsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.